The webinar. Webinar is live on Facebook. Look at that, man. We are in the world of the internet now. How fancy is that? Well, while we're waiting for the room to fill up, we already got 10 people already in the room. What? Yeah, we do.
Already
yeah,
10.
Already 10, and it's going up. It's going up from there. Money. Bullseye. Well, Dan, what's going on? While we're waiting for the room to fill up a little bit, I want to welcome everybody to now the third edition of Behind the Bullseye. And this is where we get to kind of have fun and release some news and talk with you about what's going on behind the scenes of Bulls and the making of the film. Dan, I would ask you what you've been up to, but I was out there with you. And why don't you give a recap on our wonderful couple days together?
Can I say something first before we get started? That
you know what? You can say whatever you want, brother.
You have a really great radio voice. You should host like a radio show. That's what it feels like. It sounds like we're coast to coast.
I know.
On the radio.
Here's Casey Kasem with the top hits from 101, and this one's a little. This one comes from little Jimmy, who says, "Dan, I hear you're making a movie." So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this audition weekend. How did they open? We had open auditions for 2 full days. What was that like?
It was great. I mean, what do you think? We saw some really awesome people. Ran into some old friends. My cousin showed up. I hadn't seen in forever. Saw some great actors. People came from as far as Chicago, and then a lot of local people. And yeah, could have been happier. And we got to do it again this weekend coming up.
Yeah, and I guess we're going to do the same thing we did on Sunday, right? We're going to open it up and make a listing for 3 specific parts that people can open audition for, right? So where can they find that news? On Facebook, right?
On Facebook. On our Facebook page, it goes there to tell you what the characters are, what the character breakdowns are. And then if you think you might be right for one of those, the age range and everything, if you think you might be right for one of those characters, then feel free to come on down and we'll get you in there and have you audition.
Yeah, so, I think the most exciting thing about seeing, and I was so surprised about how many good people there were, and how many people showed up to audition, and people that had never done it before.
Wild, right?
Yeah, and there was yeah. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, I'm just surprised. It's like this little town in Indiana, and people show up like, yeah, I've never acted before, and you're like, what? Like that was maybe they're faking, but
that's I know, right?
Really.
It felt like that. There were a couple of people, and what was so great is seeing, you wrote this role for so many different people, and one person will come and read one character, and suddenly you're like, oh, I love it that way, and then oh, I love it that way, or I love it that way. And it must be, is it strange for you because you wrote it with a voice in your head, and hearing it read different ways, do you go like, wow, or is it like, how's it like for you?
I love it. I want to be surprised. I want somebody to come in and be like, holy cow, I never thought of it that way. That's awesome. I'll tell you the only downside of this whole part of the process is that you can't cast everybody.
Yeah, that's the most disappointing part. I think people come in. Yeah, I'll let you finish up, but yeah. There's only so many roles, and you have people reading, for the same parts, and not everybody can cast. You can cast only one person each role. The good thing is, the upside is that even if you don't get cast, you can come and be in the movie. You can be an extra or a background artist, or and still be seen in the film. And we're planning on doing other stuff. This isn't the only movie we want to make around here. We'd like to do something else later on, maybe the sequel to Bulls. I don't know, but it could happen. And but yeah, that's the only thing that's that's a bit of a heartbreak, is that there's people you're like, so great, but it's just for whatever reason it just doesn't work out. Yeah, that's what's so kind of crazy for me, is like you see 10 people you could literally see for that one role, but it's one role, and only one of that 10 is going to get it. It's just like, and you never want people to feel like, oh, I wasn't good enough. It's like, no, there were 10 good people. We went this route with it, and someone kind of saw the character in a way that just fit in your head, or made it come alive in a way that it was like amazing. And what I was so amazed about was just the community, and everybody in this community. Every time I've been out there twice now, and
the community is pulling together and making this happen for us. And I remember us having a conversation, and we were talking about, it was like, it was such a humbling, beautiful thing. And you were like, this isn't my movie. I may be directing it, I may be producing, I may have written it, but when everybody comes together, it becomes our movie, and it's the community making that movie. And I know we're going to throw an announcement out here, and I want, to kind of you discuss that. One of the things we're launching here right now is all about community and could you kind of break some news here? And we got special guests coming and more news coming, but this is the first big news that we're going to drop. And I want you to talk about why we launched something, and it was about our.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've always, it takes a big group of people to make a movie. I mean, it's a pretty, making a movie, especially an independent movie like this, it's like starting your own business. It's like it takes all sorts of people to make it happen. And so, yeah, when I say our movie, I've always said this from the beginning. It's like, this is our movie. People that are involved, like, it's our movie, because it really is. And having made movies before, when you come together during that time, it's like you become like a family during the process of making it. So there's that. And then also, and I'm sure I've said this before, but the arc of the movie is that these guys get this chance we're setting it in Michigan City, not only shooting it, we're setting it in Michigan City. And these guys get the chance to play for the World Darts Championship, something that seems seemingly impossible, that they have no chance of doing. But a part of the thing that sort of keeps them going is how the town rallies around them. And the magical thing about doing this here in my hometown is that what's happening in the town is mirroring the plot of the film. And that it's really hard to get a movie made, but the town has been rallying around us and helping us. And it's, there's 30,000 people in Michigan City, and it's our movie. It's all of ours,
Yeah. So I think with that, we're actually kind of the reason we're launching something right now is so that the town can even get more involved and support us. And then you want to tell us what we're about to launch?
I'll start it, then you take over, because you know more about it than I.
That I can do, not a problem. All right, you press the button and just say share.
That's right. That's right. I'll say share. But anyway, so today we are starting our Indiegogo campaign, which is a crowdsourcing site that we're offering some really great stuff in return for people helping us get over the hump and figure out get our final steps of financing. And we it's a low budget film. This is how it was always intended to be made. And so anything, there's some stuff on there that perhaps you can explain what it is, but that what people will get for helping us out. And and then they help us get the stuff like help, like there's a couple of songs that we want to use in the movie that we have to get the rights for, and that's really expensive. There's some actors. We have literally an A-list actor attached now, and so we want to sort of build on that, and those things cost money. We want to make these dart shots look amazing and really cool and exciting, and so there's a little bit of special effects involved. So stuff like that are really going to make the film go to the next level. And helping with this is a big part of that. So
yeah, I think people can see now that I put up the Indiegogo page, and obviously, what is I think so important is this is a chance for all of you to help us together make an incredible film that becomes our film, and the community is so supportive to us and so amazing. And this is everyone. I can't go down the street or go in a coffee shop and it's like, how can we help? How can we do something? Well, you know what, helping us fund this film is going to really be a huge help. So with that, there's a ton of different amazing perks we have for this, even from we start out from a contributor, which is just, hey man, I got $10, I believe in you. You guys got a dream, I want to become our dream, let me throw in $10, and we get a big thank you to you and a big virtual hug. catalog. Then going into Film Fan, which is is something that is going to be digital photo that you get, an official photo taken from the set, something that only you could get inside picture. And then we go to Writer's Chair, which is you'll get a shooting script, an actual shooting script, digital download, so you can read the script once we start filming. And we're probably going to be after filming because we don't want the secrets getting out. You can't let what happens during Bulls. Streamer is going to get your very own copy, digital download of the film. And then we got Cinephile, so that'll be a little combo deal, so you can get the film and this and some stills. And then look at that, special thanks. You get an actual credit, a special thank you that you helped us produce together our film. And from there we have limited edition Fashionista, which is a shirt almost like this one right here. It's there it is, Bulls. And
the logo, there you go.
There we go.
Nice.
All right. No one needed to see me turn around, but we did it anyway. And then we go into some exciting stuff. We got something called Call Time, which is actually a set visit. So you will be able to come down and check out the set and see what's going on and, spend some time with us and be Hollywood. Then we got Red Carpet, which is actually, you will get you and a +1 to the big VIP screening where, you're going to watch the movie with us. And it's going to be exciting. Then we got Movie Star. And why don't you tell us the inspiration for Movie Star, Dan? So that was the little walk-on role for 4.
Oh, yeah. So that's great. So there's a moment in the film where Hank, who's one of the main characters, he's getting ready to play in the match, and he's still a little bit nervous about it. And he's talking to a friend right here on Franklin Street, and he's kind of explaining, he's like, it's training, and we're getting better at that. And then somebody comes by. Now it could be one person, it could be 2 people, it could be 3 people or 4 people, because there's 4 lines in this scene. But they walk by and cheer them on and say, "Hey, congratulations! We're super excited. We're all going to be watching, rooting for you." So that's something that's available. You could get a part in the movie for you or a couple of friends or family members, however you decide to divide it up if you choose to, and spend the day on the set with us and be in the film.
There you go. If you got 4, if you want to be a movie star yourself and have 4 lines, then you can take the whole thing yourself. But split it between 4 people, help fund the money, and be on the screen. That's kind of exciting. Then we got executive producer. That is someone that is going to get a credit in the film as a co-executive producer and a bunch of swag with that as well. And then if you're Mr. Moneybags and Mr. Greenlight and can greenlight a film on your own and help us, you get the studio executive package, which is the bag of everything. Johnny Bag of Donuts on that one. So there's amazing things. But you know what? All of that you can find online, and you can take your time reading it. And every single dollar, even if it's $10, to being a studio executive, is going to help us make a better movie and get us, access to better tools. But today and today only, for 24 hours, if you are someone that wants to jump in and kind of pioneer this, we are offering a wonderful, and I'm going to bring up the information here, associate producer credit. And that is going to be a one-time deal at $1,000. I have a secret link. So there's a little chat thing. If anybody wants to jump in there and say, I want that person, I'll send you the private secret link to that. That is the only way to get this, because it is priced to go. You get a shooting script, you get a download of the movie, and your limited edition Bulls t-shirt, but only for 24 hours. This part of it will disappear after 24 hours. You will also get a set visit and kind of a meet and greet with us, which is great. And also you get a movie credit and you get to see the film and all this wonderful stuff. So if anyone is interested in that, throw it in the chat and we'll send you that link to it. It's only one of these available, and it's at this low price for 24 hours. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. The best thing you can do is help us share this and stuff like that, which is the best thing to get this out and help fund us. And you know what? The one thing that I know that is we're talking shooting darts and special effects, right? So special effects, a lot of the actors are shoot darts like we do, and they can do it. But if we need to film something like hitting triple bulls or something like that, that takes a professional. And I don't know how we're going to do that. What do you think?
I mean, we could either just keep trying to shoot over and over and over again and hoping to get really lucky, or we can bring on these 2 guys.
What? What 2 guys?
These 2 guys.
Oh,
Danny the Gambler Baggage. And
hey, guys.
What's going on, guys?
That's what I'm talking about. Now, there's some guys that actually can make some bulls.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you, fella?
Doing good.
So glad to have you guys join us. So just so everybody knows, so in the movie we have the top team in the world. They're these two English guys who are a bit roguish, and they come over here to play. And the first team they play is the number one team in America, who will be played by the wonderful and talented and the two, even more handsome on Zoom than you are on YouTube, Danny Badish and
I don't know if that's a compliment, but thanks.
I'll take it.
Who are the two of the best players in the country. So it's pretty amazing to have you two on board. It's a real honor. Thank you.
I can't say how psyched we are. So we got two amazing. We got the Dutch Dragon and the Gambler. How did you both guys get your nicknames?
Yeah, I'll let Danny go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine's got a couple stories behind it. One is my father actually passed away in a casino at the Imperial Palace, going up an escalator. He was a big gambler, loved poker, loved slots. So I have the nickname and the tattoo on my shoulder of like cards and dice and roulette and stuff like that. So also I like to gamble on anything, whether it's flipping a quarter, asking someone how old they are and picking the over under, if the sky's going to be green, pink, or blue. Whatever it is, I'm loving it.
That is awesome. All right.
Anytime you want to talk about the sky being green, I'll take blue.
Or go play poker.
Say that again?
Or go play poker.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dan's definitely not betting you on darts, though.
And what about you, Jules?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I started playing competitively 3 years ago, and I was at a tournament that was being streamed, and on the stream the commentator kind of came up with the name the Dutch Dragon, and when I watched back the match, it just stuck with me. I have my heritage in the Netherlands, born and raised in the Netherlands, so I think it was a cool thing, and yeah, just really proud of it, my heritage, but then also playing for the US. So yeah, just always stuck with me.
How was it? How was you both? Go ahead, Dan.
I just said only playing 3 years competitively. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just went real quick, and yeah, now we're here.
I know we've talked to you, Dan, about how you fell in love with darts, but how did you guys both fall in love with darts and actually say, I'm gonna do this competitively?
Yeah, for me, growing up in the Netherlands, I watched Raymond van Barneveld, the greatest Dutch player ever to live. I watched him play as a kid, and I really liked it, really enjoyed it. So I always really liked it, and yeah. And then when I found out I was actually pretty decent at it, yeah, I just started playing more and more, and next thing I know, I was traveling all over the country.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, it's my dad got me into it. So instead of going outside playing football and basketball with my friends, I finished my homework and play in the living room with my dad. But to kind of put in perspective what Jules has done, I didn't peak and become a professional until 26 years in. So the talent that he has and it's just shown that it's unbelievable what he's done.
Wow. Yeah. So I was going to add. So when you started, because when I first threw darts with my friend Paul, I was telling you about, right away I was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this game. But I never got any better. Like that, I peaked. The first time I sort of peaked. That was just it. Like, so were you guys like the first time you're like, holy cow! Like I really have a sort of a talent for this game.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Jules. I think that I was always good with like hand-eye coordination. I was blessed with it. So I played a lot of basketball, football, tennis, ping pong, and stuff like that. So when I took up darts, I didn't think that it'd go far. But as I started practicing and playing with my dad every day, I was like, oh man, this is good. Like I started becoming competitive on just putting 3 darts in the 20 and grouping it, and then just kind of going from there. And yeah, I felt like that maybe when I was 15, 16, that I could possibly do something with a career with it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's like Danny said, it's eye-hand coordination is probably the biggest. And then starting off with a good technique will help a lot as well. What I feel, and probably Danny the same way, is that you play up as well. The better players you play, the better you get yourself. And with us, like we play a lot in Europe, and the level is so high over there. You know, the competition is really brutal out there. And you just get better playing all those guys. It's great.
Yep, agreed.
So we know you guys are great on a dartboard, but when you got kind of the word that, oh my God, I'm going to be playing myself on a feature film, what was that like for you in your head? What were the thoughts that went through your mind?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, something new, you know, new chapter. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think Danny is going to be a very natural in that, and for me,
I heard Danny was camera shy.
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, they lied to you. They lied to you.
I think if we're playing darts, you know, I just get in my zone. I think Danny and I are the same in that. When we play darts, we wear emotions on our sleeves. Like we put it in our opponent's face when we hit a big out, and yeah, we like to put up a show, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what was like for you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was just going to say that, you know, one of the sort of plot points in the film is that the reason why they're playing here in the United States to begin with is to kind of bring the sport to this country. And so that's kind of when I first wrote this movie, I was like, that's going to be the worst thing about it when this movie comes out, is that it's going to get so many people interested in darts that we're not going to be able to go to our local pub and play anymore because it's going to be packed, you know. So that's kind of the hope, you know. That's sort of part of the hope of making the movie, and having you two guys on board is really going to help push that. I think bringing in the people that already love darts and sort of follow darts, you know. And the other thing too is that since it's you two and you guys have come on board, I've started expanding those roles somewhat, so that like the Gallion brothers I told you about, like now I'm building in there. I don't want to give too much away, but there's like been a history between their team and your guys' team, and like there's like been trouble sort of brewing for, you know, years, like every time you guys meet up, and like it finally comes to a head in our film. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be funny. It's going to be exciting. And yeah, I'm just over the moon. I can't wait for you guys to get here and be in the movie and give me a couple of dart lessons.
Before we go on to the next question, I'm going to say out to the audience, I know we always kind of throw you a chance to ask a couple questions. So if someone wants to go on their mic and ask a question, throw up your hand, a little, you know, that little symbol, raise your hand, and we'll call on you. Dan, what's next? Are we doing something else with did someone else commit to us dart wise?
Oh, well, the
oh.
What? We're all gonna get wear masks? No, CDC.
It's an unfortunate name at the time right now, right? CDC, yeah.
The worst thing to have, but they're great guys over there, and they've come on and they're helping us sort of make sure everything looks right and looks like a championship match, and they've really been really helpful, really great group of people. So it's really nice to have them involved. And it really, again, is the same thing with you guys. Really lends a lot of legitimacy to that to the film, and especially to that part of the film. So yeah, it's exciting.
Well, I know we have we had a question from Shamar Rice, but there he is. I'm going to allow you to talk, Shamar, and you're live there. You can, and I think we got an audition from Shamar.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing, man? What's your question for us there? First of all, hey, how you doing?
I'm amazing. Just wanted to hop on here. I have an audition right now, so I'm just breaking down, but I wanted to hop on, you know, just to see what y'all were talking about, because I am, you know, very much intrigued. Okay. But so I have a question as far as, you know, when do you guys start reaching out back to the people who has audition period, but like self-tape wise, because I know y'all did in person. Right.
So auditions for the live people here are
callbacks for that are gonna be pretty soon. But for the people that self-tape, we're waiting till we get all of them first, and we're still waiting on it on a few different places, and then we'll be reaching out. But that'll be probably in the next couple of weeks, because we are 50 days away from shooting.
Oh.
So I know, right?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So,
hey, thanks for joining us, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dan. Travis. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So now we're going to go to the Spaniard. There we go.
How are you?
What's going on?
Hey, my question really is from my trophy wife. She wants to know if there's going to be any nude scenes in this film.
No, there won't be any nude scenes.
Sorry. Sorry. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And now Dan's writing in nude scenes just for the dart championship. Just for the head players. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to who is it? Can I ask you a question? Well, yes, you can.
That's me. That's me. Jules' #1 fan and follower right here. Jake the Snap.
Nice.
I missed it. Where are you guys shooting this film at? Because I feel like I need to.
It's a top secret location deep in the mountain of Roswell.
Yes. And the reason I put my name is that because Jules' wife would probably get a kick out of it. So that's why my name says that.
His name actually says, "Can I ask you a question?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks for the question. That really wasn't a question. We're moving on. What was that, Dan?
That's where we were shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, we're shooting in are you a stalker? I don't know if I should say
I know that's what I got worried, and I said I'm going in deep mountain of Roswell. I got scared.
Sadly enough, we're actually friends.
Oh, okay. All right.
He might be there. Sure. He might show up there.
That's what I was thinking.
We're shooting in Michigan City, Indiana. You're not going to ask to do a nude scene too, are you?
No, but not this time. But I did post a good Gerwin Price impersonation a couple months ago around Christmas. If you're into that type of stuff.
I love it. I
love anything that's prefaced well if you're into that kind of thing.
I don't think they are.
Thank you so much. And we're going to move on to Benjamin. Benjamin, you can ask a question.
Hello. I was just wondering, will the cast be put through like some kind of dart throwing training course or
boot camp? You're gonna have, there's definitely going to be one night of drinking with darts, but I don't know. Dan, is there an actual boot camp for darts for the actors?
I don't know if a boot camp, but yeah, we'll go through it. That's kind of part of why we're doing the casting early. I mean, this is on the early side of before production. Usually it happens, pretty quickly. But I want to spend some time with the people that get cast, and absolutely the people that throw darts. We'll spend a little bit of time too working on the dart throwing stuff, so it all looks good.
Awesome.
Daddy and I are happy to hand out lessons, I'm sure. So
absolutely.
We definitely going to need tips from the pros, no doubt about it. No doubt. Make it look legit. Even if they can't hit the number, we're going to make it look like they got the right form.
That's exactly right.
That's awesome. Any more questions? You can raise your hand. Dan, you got any questions for these guys? Or how about you guys? Well, what are you most excited about? And I'm kind of interested, when you're just shooting with friends, like, how do you actually get in the mental state, and what is it like to actually shoot in a full-on World Dart tournament when people are kind of going crazy and that the fans are just that the energy was there? What is it like to be in that room for you guys?
I think for both of us, I think that we enjoy it so much. Like you have the stage personality and off stage personality and stuff like that, but I think and he could correct me when I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, but I think Jules and I have the same on stage and off stage personality when it comes to darts. We're intense. We enjoy the crowd. We play with them. We react with big shots and so forth. So it's fun, man. I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy it. And some players play better on stage in front of hundreds or thousands of players than they do off stage. And I feel like I'm one of those players. Yeah.
I know, Dan loves watching the series and stuff like that. And recently watching some of the, just the crowds and the reactions you guys, I'm like, I'll turn on a golf game. I'm like, I turn on a dart game. I go, oh, what's going on? Oh, it's like nonstop goal being called in soccer or football. It's like, oh my God, the excitement. You wouldn't think darts is that exciting, but when you watch a game, it's like, holy crap.
Absolutely. Did you guys see that? The perfect game at the World Championships?
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Van Gerwen, yeah, amazing. And it can't be.
I think the pressure, it's like Danny said, it's ultimately we want to play on that stage. Like that's what we love to do. We want to be, in the spotlight and doing what we can. I think it comes with a little bit more experience, and Danny has a little bit more. But for me, I struggle with the pressure on that stage, just like you can imagine, having everyone look at you. But once you're up there and you get in the zone, it's an amazing feeling.
I'll tell you, it's so great talking to you guys because that stuff is all in the script, and I wrote that obviously, a while ago. But like the one character, he gets really nervous. He has that's called Bulls. He can hit everything else, but he can't hit the bullseye, and that makes him super nervous, especially. So that's part of the training is that the guy's like, you can't even, you can't hit a bullseye when you're at home alone. What do you think it's going to be like when you're on stage in front of a huge crowd and television cameras? So he kind of puts them through their paces to get to that. And then that's the other thing too, is that he said in the same coach, he says there's a plot point in it. I don't want to give too much, but he talks about being in the zone and what being in the zone means. And so it's great to hear you say that stuff because it's already in the script. And I feel like we're on the right track as far as sort of really, showing what it's like to play at a high level.
That's awesome. I'm not trying to start a war here, but recently I was out with Dan and we were playing, and we go into most of the bars nowadays. They have those plastic things that kind of score for you and stuff like that. And I picked up that plastic dart and I threw it, and I'm like, God, it made me angry. I'm like, I can't throw this thing. It's like, do you guys ever go back to a plastic dart and and it just like, can you actually hit with a plastic dart just as good, or is it a totally different? Just it ain't the same game.
You can do it, but obviously
I know you can do it.
It's not the same. Danny and I, we both have our own dart that we've probably been playing with for a long time. So if you change anything with that, it's gonna change the angle of your dart. It's gonna change the throw, all that. But you can still hit the target. It's just a little bit more difficult, but it's doable.
Well, it seems like the big difference is that, when you're playing steel tip, it's the weight, So if you go to a bar and just pick up their plastic bar darts that they have, they're so light that it kind of throws you up. But you guys, because I know that's part of what they play in North America is soft tip darts too. So you guys probably have more heavier, more weighted darts that you play with in that when you play soft tip, correct?
Yeah.
Like, when you get into it and you're no longer playing with the bar darts, you bring your own.
Yeah, some players actually still play with those bar darts, but I think when you get to a certain level, even like Jules said, like if we go to the bar and pick up those lighter darts, it'll take us two, three darts or 2-3 turns, and then it'll start feeling natural again.
It takes me 2 or 3 kegs in 2 or 3 weeks. We got I think it's Janie who wants to ask a question.
Hello, how are you guys doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So I just wanted to chime in real quick because I'm super excited about the movie here in town. And The Gambler, this is more for you. I too was raised playing in the house with my dad. He's from England, and we used to play all the time. He actually moved here to Michigan City and was one of the dart champs here in Michigan City. So that was one of the reasons why I went out for the role the other day with you gentlemen.
Ah, yes, I remember.
Oh, that's nice. Small world, huh?
It is. So it's a very small world. So it's nice to watch this and see how everything's coming together for everyone. I'm very excited for all of you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you
so much.
So let's. I want to. First of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us. It's been absolutely amazing to have you guys here. What are you already getting into your parts? Are you gonna like? Are you dreaming of like what you're gonna wear to the premiere? Or what's going on here, guys? I mean, it's like you have an agent yet?
Oh yeah, no. I'm, go ahead, Jules. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering who Danny and I are gonna beat up on, but I guess we'll have to find out.
It's got to be a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. Having read it and seen the read of the people that are I think they're cast, but Danny will let us know at some point. I don't know if he's cast or not, but we saw 2 people read, and boy, if it's those 2 guys, you're gonna have a blast. Amazing.
It's exciting. I can't wait. As far as agents, yeah, Jules and I we already got our agents. We're coming in firing. We're gonna, the camera's gonna love us. Yeah, I just can't wait.
I think you got the wrong guy here, Dan. Amazing. Well, it's obviously such a huge, big news day, and there's been so much here. I want to thank you guys for coming here, but we're here to launch the Indiegogo and make a movie, guys. It's all about community, and I think the greatest thing about this is Hollywood is a tough place. It's hard enough to make a movie, and independent is twice as hard. But when you're making an independent movie, the thing that Dan can do is he can make the movie he wants to make, and it's going to be made with your love, and it's going to take the village, as we say, to help us put this together. So anything you can do on Indiegogo is going to help us. So please spread the word far and just cheerlead for us as much as you can. It's going to be so important for that. And Benjamin, did you have one last question? Did you throw back?
It was for Dan while I'm thinking about it. Have you written any movies that any of us here would have heard of or seen in the past?
I have a movie that's on Netflix called Pottersville. It stars Mike Shannon, Judy Greer, Thomas Lennon, Ron Perlman, Christina Hendricks,
Ian McShane. The marvelous Ian McShane. Oh, hey, I don't want to curse too much like he did on Deadwood, but man, he got probably put curse into another level.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you had any workouts so I could go check it out.
Yeah, it's called Pottersville, so you can go and check it out. It's a wonderful holiday movie that is full of heart, like this one. This movie is, and like we're saying, it really is all of you guys that will help us make this movie, and all of us who make a movie. And that's, I know, talking to Dan and being his friend for so long, he could not care more about Michigan City and Indiana. And I know why, because I've been out there a couple of times, and I don't want to be the guy that is always talking about the wings out there. But the first night I got out there, we went to go get those wings, and they were doing fish fry from 5 to 9. And they're like, sorry, I can't do the wings tonight. So the very first thing I was going for, I am addicted to these wings. I went back and got them on Sunday before I flew back to New York, and I was very happy.
So that's going to be our first night, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Wings and plastic tip darts, and hopefully at that point we'll be playing some darts steel tip at Zorn, because we have the boards up there. That'd be awesome to get in there and play some steel tip.
Nice.
So please look at the Indiegogo. We're going to put all the information for this up on our Facebook page and our Instagram, and our as well as LinkedIn. We're going to get far and wide. But so if you can help us and spread the word and do anything possible, please let us know. And if anybody wants that associate producer's credit, which gets you credit in the movie and gets you to the movie and all that stuff, throw me a message in the link. I will send you a personal link that gets you, and only you, the link to that one-time only Indiegogo perk. What do you, any closing notes from, well, let's our 2 dart stars, closing notes from you guys, and then Dan, you can wrap this up for us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jules. I'll let you go first. I know it's late.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
he has to get his beauty sleep. Look at him, man.
It's late. It's just past midnight, but no, it's all good. Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I think what Danny and I can also help with is getting it out to the dark community, because just like you said, a small town community, the dark community is pretty tight, and it's pretty big in the U.S. And I think this movie will also spread the words about dart. So that's part of what I'm really excited about, is to help grow the sport as well.
We'll take UK money too.
Okay. No,
they're gonna want to see this movie.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to be great because I can't think of any movie where darts plays a big role. And
Yeah.
I think the scene in Ted Lasso, actually a lot of people talk about it, and that's just a really small portion of the show, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think it'll have a good impact. It's going to be great.
Great reference.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just co-signing everything he just said. Excited. The darts to be involved with something like this is a great opportunity for us, you guys, and all of America and across the world to see something that no one would really think of, which is a dart movie, and to see how big darts is, and hopefully bring it across the states, and people get intrigued and want to come out and build this sport.
That's amazing. We're so psyched to have you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. We're going to make darts look and feel really, really cool in the film. It's going to be pretty exciting to see how those matches go. And I want to say, but our movie ends. We're close to ending with a pretty amazing sequence of dart shots. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice,
sweet.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and from all of us at Behind the Bullseye, we want to thank you, and let's get it done. Let's make a movie, guys. Let's make it together. We're really excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're really, really excited. Thank you, everybody. And we'll be having more of these Behind the Bullseyes in the future to release some new news that comes along. And we got locations to announce and wonderful casting stuff to announce. So there's lots of news to stay with us. And we'll be updating on Indiegogo news and helping us there. So thank you so much from all of us, from New York, from the Netherlands, from Boston, from Michigan City, Indiana. Thank you very much, and good night.
That's a wrap.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys.
You guys rock. Thank you.
No problem. If you anything else you need from us, you just email us. Yeah.
You betcha.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Have a good night, guys.
Get some rest. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
Right.
See you guys soon. All right.
Good night, fellas.
I'm just waiting till the room empties.
How many people we end up having?
I forget. I got so into it, I forgot looking at it. I mean, I know there was at one point over 30.
Great though.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, that was really great. Royce has already texted.
He's going to start sharing now. He's going to post all over the place about the Indiegogo.
Operation Bulls Blitzkrieg is on.
That's so good. That is so good. Sweet.
Oh, he said we're still live. Okay.
Oh, we got to kill the Facebook Live. Boom.